Hey y'all, how's it going? How are you guys doing? How's the weather, guys? Let's talk about it. Okay, so I thought let me, continue to tell you about these crazy text messages of leave my boyfriend alone. So so welcome back to part 2 of receiving a text from a girl telling me to leave their boyfriends alone. If you didn't watch part 1, make sure you watch part 1. I'll definitely put the link in the description down below. Alrighty. So guys, so funny enough, the story that I was telling you about last week, the part 1 of receiving a girlfriend, part 1 of receiving a text from a girl telling me to leave their boyfriend alone, it's actually like a concurrent story to this one, because that was the first guy I did it from uni. Now this happened with the second guy I did it from uni. Now it's very like crazy. So I met this guy, I was in my second year. I just started my second year. I actually met him, I just started my second year. So then I met him in a tutorial. I remember looking at him like it was an odd timing like tutorial. It was like at a time when I thought, okay, I was like, this tutorial won't have so many people. So my friend and I were like, we should be in this tutorial that won't have so many people. It was like late in the evening. So the third time the tutorial happened, you guys, 2 guys walked in, and then one of them just really caught my eye. I remember looking at him and just smiling like a foolish cow. And I remember him smiling back, and I was just like, you're mine. Okay. So that happened, and then I remember, so time went by. My friend who I was in the same tutorial with later on texted me. She was just like, oh, this and this this guy wants a certain pamphlet, some book, like it was like this big, you guys. I was using it to study, and I was in the library. Like I'm always in the library. Guys, I was always in the library. I thought I was going to graduate. I really wanted to graduate properly. Well, I was in the library, and I got a message from my friend saying, okay, this guy wants to like make a copy of the pamphlet and stuff. And I remember reading that. I'm like, this guy, like the guy I have a crush on. Oh, this is weird. So I remember saying, okay, let him just come to the library and I'll give it to him and blah blah blah. So he came to the library. I came out with a pamphlet. I said, okay, I'm using it to study, so I can wait for you as you photocopy it. So we went and sat down by the photocopier, and as the guy was photocopying it, we started conversating. We chatted. He was so cool, and we started talking. From then it was non-stop. I remember then, because I was single and I wasn't really talking to anybody. I didn't want to talk to anybody, so I would always like leave my phone in my room, and I was staying on campus then, so I'll leave my phone in my room and go to the library, and I'll be there like 6 hours straight. When I come back from the library, I would always find like messages from him, missed calls from him. And I was like, oh, I'm sorry, and I'm replying like 5 hours later like, oh, hi. So hi. I'm like, I'm sorry, I left my phone, I was in the library, and blah blah blah. And later on, obviously, he was like, you're playing hard to get. I'm like, no, I was not playing hard. I do not play hard to get. I don't believe in that, honestly. I really don't. I mean, some people do, but I don't believe in playing hard to get. If I like you and you like me, come on, let's do it. Come on, let's go. What are we waiting for? So chatting, and I remember one day, and we started like kissing and stuff, and I remember asking him like, okay, so if somebody asks me who you are to me. What am I supposed to say? And he was just like, I'm your boyfriend. And oh my goodness, the butterflies in my stomach, and I was so happy. Aww. And I was there just like, yeah, happy that, oh, he's my boyfriend. So weeks down the line, really, and no, 3 weeks down the line, and it was just like a couple of days. I was leaving for some school association program in South Africa. We're going to Zimbabwe and South Africa. So then I left, and I remember during that period I would always like text him like, I miss you. I even posted on his Facebook wall at some point and stuff like that. So that happened when I came back from South Africa. I was still like seeing him, like we're just like, you know, getting to know each other and whatever. So like in a month's time or something, like within a month, a girl texted me, and it was just like, I think it was like within a month or so, I received a message from a girl. Was I in the library then? I feel like I was in the library when I received that message. I think the damn library was just bad luck. What? Was I? What? I mean, anyway, I don't know, but I don't remember very well, but I remember being in the library when I received that message. Oh, I'm confusing the two, but I don't remember. I received a message from this girl saying, hey, leave my boyfriend alone, and blah 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 blah. You've been texting him on social media, blah 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 blah. And then I was just like, been there, done that. Received this message before, and last time, then I still thought that it was my fault for the previous breakup. So I was just like, you know what, this time I'm not even taking any chances. So I told the girl, you know what, who's your boyfriend? No. Boyfriend. I said, no, that guy is not your boyfriend. That guy is my boyfriend. And then she was like, no, I can show you proof. And I was like, okay, show me proof. And then she sent me like screenshots of their conversations, and oh my goodness, like she showed me like the moment she was like texting me, she was also texting him, and then she would like take screenshots and then send to me of the conversation, and she was just like asking him like, who is this girl? Why is she texting you? What's up with her? And he would just say like, oh no, it's just one of my classmates, my course mates. She's just like obsessed with me, and she's like all over me. Oh my goodness, I was so stupid. She was all over me and all that kind of stuff. And then I was just like, I'm like, no, I'm not. In that moment, I was just like, you know what? I am going to make sure, you know, I like have proof to the core. So I said, you know what? Anybody can change that top part, BBM, that top part, the name, to a different person. You can easily put Womba there and conversate with someone, and then show people and say it was me conversating with you. So I don't believe you. And I was like, you know, if you're actually telling me the truth, then you should come to Unva. And I remember conversating with her, and I was like with my boyfriend this side. Like my boyfriend came to see me that day, and he was just like, and she was like, I'm gonna come today in the evening. I'm like, okay. Like she was so serious about it as well. I was like, okay, cool. And I remember I was like, fine. Actually, I was in the library. I was like studying, and I texted my boyfriend and said, hey, are you going to come pick me up from the library? And then he was like, yeah. He always picked me up from the library, guys. Like we're always together all the time. Him and I were always together, holding hands, PDA, all kind of stuff. Like he was like my best friend. It was, you know, a relationship where we like played together, you know, did good stuff together. It was just like, you know, he was my best friend. So I couldn't believe it. I'm like, I'm with him all the time. It's absolutely ridiculous that he's like double crossing with somebody who doesn't even stay within Lusaka. Can you believe it? I didn't. Anyway, so that's how we she came to the uni. I remember I was with when she came to uni, I was with him, and we were seated, and I was like texting her, and I was like, oh my cousin is coming over. Can you escort me to the station to see her? And she was just like, okay, sure. He was just like, okay, sure. He was such in a low mood, you guys. He was so low, and you know, in that moment, I kind of like felt sorry for him, because I'm like, is it true? Like, what I'm seeing? Like, are you low because you're like this girl has caught you or something? Like, he was so low that day. He was just like low. Like, his mood and spirit was just like off, and I was just like enjoying it basically. Just like having fun with it. Like, what the heck? Like, anyway, so that's how we started strapping to the station, and we reached there, and there was this girl, and I was just like, are you? And I remember he was coming, like walking next to me, and he just stood, and she was like coming towards us, and then she was so beautiful. She is beautiful, you guys. And I remember thinking, I'm like, this girl is beautiful. Like, if she actually is the real deal and you're like cheating on her with me, I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm quite a schnack also, but like, she was so like thick, you know, brown, and she was just like beautiful. And I remember looking at her and just wondering, like, why? What do guys want? So I remember she was just like, and then he was like, what is this? I have no business here. And he walked away. And I remember standing there, and I'm just like praying to the Almighty that I don't get beaten up, because I was skinny. No, I wasn't really like, okay, I was small, you know, because I like probably just like how I am now anyways. And she was like thick, so I was like, if this girl just like wants to beat me up, she will beat me up, because there's no way I'm going to handle this flesh. So she was just like out there like, you have really been dating, huh? I was like, yeah, like it's been like a month or so. And I remember saying, I don't know if I said it or I thought it, but like, you guys, you said you've been together for like a year plus. Maybe you should just like go after him and have a conversation with him and talk to him about it. I remember she came with her cousin, and her cousin was just like, where is he? And I was just like, oh no, he's walked away. He said he doesn't have business here. No, let me follow him. And then she followed him, and I remained with this girl, and she was just like looking at me from head to toe, and I was just like, I was like in my ankle-heeled boots, because I was always like in my ankle-heeled boots, and I think I was like in leggings or something at the top. Maybe it was even like a crop top. That's like my style in uni. I was always like in ankle high-heeled boots with like a crop top and some leggings or something. And so we stood there. So the cousin came back, and then she was just like, so I was like asking her, what did he say? And she's just like, anyway, he just told me that he respects me and he doesn't want to say anything that is disrespectful, so I should just leave him alone. He doesn't feel like talking. And she was just like, anyway, I introduced him to my cousin, like, and then she was just like, anyway, mama, you now know the kind of guy that he is. Please take care of yourself. Let's go. We're out of here. She was just like talking, and the other girl was just like looking at me from head to toe, just like irritated and couldn't believe it. You know, just like, I mean, I couldn't believe it either, but like for me it was just like, you know what, like, you've been with him for so long, talk it out. I mean, I can simply like move on. I mean, so they went, and I remember walking back slowly, and he called me, and then I answered. I'm like, hi. He's like, hi, are you still with them? And I'm like, no, I'm not with them anymore, they've gone. And he was just like, oh, okay, well, I'm down the road, I need to talk to you. And I was just like, okay, sure. And he waited for me, and I remember reaching there, and he's just like, how can you do this? I'm really disappointed in you. You know, you would have just like done this like not like others who would have just like talked about it and sat down, not doing that like in front of people, like in public, where there's everyone, you know, everybody uses this path to the station and stuff like that. And I just didn't want to be in that situation, because I know the kind of girl that she is, and it would have been like a rough situation and blah blah blah. So I was just like, well, like, honestly, I didn't believe it. Like, at first when I heard about it, I didn't believe it. I had to see for myself if it was actually true. And you walking out like that just like verifies it that like you've been double crossing us. And I was very guarded in things that I said. I remember trying not to be so mean as I came out, but just trying to be like, look, like you in this situation looks bad. And he's just like, no, this girl always does this to me.
No.
Every time I try to move on, she's always like coming in the picture and like trying to destroy what I'm trying to create, like I'm trying to develop with somebody else, because her and I already had broken up a long time ago. But she's always like, every time I try to move on, she's always like coming and like complicating things and stuff like that. And I remember looking at him and thinking like, you know, I read the screenshots. Like, I know the kind of shit you were saying about me, and it's the same shit you're saying about her. Like, there's no different story. You know, actually, like, thinking about it now, I remember forgiving him. I don't know how, but I forgave him, and we continued dating. Not knowing that, actually, on the other side, she forgave him too, and they continued dating. Yeah. Like,
No.
I've been through it. I've been through the damn thing for sure. And she forgave him also and continued dating him. And I remember having so many issues, like another girl. I remember one of my friends from high school texting me and she's like, Wamba, who's your boyfriend? And I remember telling her, this is my boyfriend. And she's like, no, this is blah blah's boyfriend. I'm like, who is that? She's like, that was like my second longest relationship that I had ever been, and it was like a mess. But I loved him so much that I stayed. I got word of other girls like 3 times. Let me just say I got cheated on 3 times and I still stayed. So when somebody right now comes to tell me like, oh, you need to be, you know, more understanding and more forgiving, like, look, been there, done that, didn't change anything. Like, it didn't change anything. Yeah, I know people are different and whatever, but like, oh, hard luck, somebody already created a bad situation for you, so move on. Like, if you're gonna mess up a couple, you know, forgiving over and over, you know, it's not no. Because like, I really went through all that and forgave somebody and understood somebody all that time, and then we just broke up from like, I don't even understand how it ended. Up to now, I don't understand. Like, if somebody says, why did you guys break up? I have no idea. I really don't. Because I remember I ended up cheating on me again with this girl, and he said I hung out with her and he didn't even have the audacity to just like speak to me about it, talk to me about it like adults, and just like adults as he wanted to talk about situations like adults, and just tell me like, you know what, Wamba, this is not gonna work, let's move on, let's carry on. He didn't have the audacity to do that. I found out from the girls' posts that they are actually seeing each other. First of all, when he cheated on me, he came clean and said, oh, I have something to tell you, I kissed this girl, I'm so sorry. No, she was like, she kissed me, I'm so sorry. I'm like, okay, she kissed you, and did it reciprocate? Did you kiss her back? And I just pray that he is faithful and yeah, just basically faithful to this one, because her and I actually had an altercation about it, because I was like, what, like, you know, like, I'm just so confused. Like, I haven't even broken up with this guy, and this girl is already like posting pictures of them. Like, the audacity and the like disrespect. Yeah, thank you so much for watching, and if you watch to the end, you're the real MVP. You deserve a prize. You get a queen crown, you get a king crown. Thank you so much. Don't forget to subscribe, and don't forget to show your girl some love and follow her on all her social media platforms. What the hell? I don't know what's wrong, guys. Okay, all right, bye.